If you have ever dealt with low back pain, big or small, you know that it will ruin a perfectly good day. Shoot, it'll ruin a mediocre day. So what we want to help you do is help strengthen your lower back so that you have less days where your lower back is taking you out of the game. And the first thing that we need to do is a litmus test. So we're going to start off by doing a straight-legged good morning. Now the idea isn't necessarily to lean over as far as you can. We're just looking for whether or not we have back pain. So try to keep your legs as straight as possible, stick your bottom back, and then stop if and when you feel back pain. We're not trying to test our limits here. We're just trying to bump up next to that pain and then stop. So go ahead and pause the video, do a few reps of this, and then let's see if we have back pain here. I assume that since you're watching this video, you either had pain or you never want to feel that back pain again. So let's go ahead and start taking some steps to correct it. This is called a prone cobra, or a McKenzie press if you've ever gone to a physical therapy office and been prescribed these. You can do these on your elbows, or you can do these on your hands. The idea is we're trying to stretch out our abs, not really wrench on our back as much as possible. Choose the angle that gives you a gentle stretch and spend 1 minute, only 1 minute in your prone cobra. Pause the video, stretch it out. Now we want to tackle some of those bigger muscle groups that can and will pull on your hips to cause low back pain. This is called a sumo squat sit. You're going to take your feet out wider than your normal squat stance. You're just going to push those knees off to the side, keeping your feet flat, and just get down as low as you can. You're not going to get as low as a normal squat. You're going to stop a little bit higher, and that's okay. Be careful you don't bring your feet out as wide as they can go. We still want our knees to track over our toes as we're doing this. I want you guys to go ahead and pause the video and spend 2 minutes in your sumo squat sit. Go. The next key area we need to tackle to decrease our low back pain is our side hip and our hip flexors. So if you have a foam roller, go ahead and grab it. This is option 1. Cross your feet up in the air like you're jumping off a high dive, and then go ahead and put your shoulder on the ground, and you're going to basically just stay right under your hip bone and roll from your hip bone right into your leg crease where your leg meets the trunk of your body. You want to take these nice, slow, and controlled. And let me tell you, gang, if you have tight hips, this is not going to feel good, but trust me, you're going to want to do it, and you're going to want to get aggressive with it because this is going to help you decrease that pain. You can also drop that leg once you get into your hip flexor just to help out. Now, if that is just excruciating, you can also do this with your elbow on the ground and your feet on the ground, and this is going to help us move in the right direction. I want you guys to go ahead and spend at least 2 minutes on each side. If you can do 3 minutes, go for it. If you don't have a foam roller, don't worry about it. We have you covered in the next stretch. If you do, pause the video, roll out these hips. Our next stretch is the pigeon stretch. So if you don't have a foam roller and you couldn't do the side hip smash, this is the answer. You're going to get into a plank position, put that knee down, swivel that leg out in front of you, and then try to send that trail leg back as far as you can. This is going to get a lot of muscles, and there's really no wrong place to feel it. You might feel it in your glutes. You might feel it in your hip flexors where your leg meets your torso. You might feel it in your quad on the top of your leg. They're all perfectly fine. You can also try to push your hip to the ground. Now this is going to get a little bit more of the glute, and that's okay. If that's what's really tight and really screaming at you, that's where we need to spend our time. Otherwise, just try to send that leg straight back. We're trying to chase the tension. So if you feel tension versus trying to push your leg straight back, great, push your leg straight back. If you feel more of a stretch as you try to drop your hip to the floor, great, do that. If you feel a stretch both ways, do both. As a matter of fact, if you feel it both ways, go ahead and spend 1 minute going straight back and then 1 minute trying to drop your hip to the floor. At any rate, get at least 2 minutes on each side. And just in case anybody's watching with a hip replacement, don't do this one. Go do a Samson stretch. I want you guys to go ahead and pause the video, stretch out those hips. So we've stretched out some of the key players when it comes to causing low back pain. Now we need to wake the muscles up that help us prevent low back pain from happening. This first activation, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the name of it, so we're just gonna call it a leaning one-legged RDL. You're just gonna put 1 foot on the wall, 1 foot on the floor, and you're just going to try to put your butt onto your heel. Now the trick to this one is to push the leg that you're standing on the floor into the floor as hard as you can, and push the leg that's on the wall into the wall as hard as you can. Word of the wise, if you're doing this on some drywall in your house, make sure you know where the studs are. I want you guys to go ahead and do 20 reps on each side. Now be careful when you're doing this that you don't bend at your hip and just fold over. You have to push your hip backwards in order to feel this one the right way. Go ahead and pause the video, 20 reps on each side. Next up, we need to do some marching glute bridges. It's literally just get into a glute bridge, and then you're gonna pick one leg up and you're gonna put it back down. Pick the other leg up, put it back down. The whole goal is to A, keep your hips up as high as you can while you're doing this, and then as you pick up each foot, don't let the opposite hip drop. I want you guys to go ahead and do 2 minutes of these marching glute bridges. If you gotta break it up, break it up. Go ahead and pause the video and get you some marching glute bridges. So we've done our stretches, we've activated some of those larger muscles that are supposed to keep us safe. Now we need to train the muscles to behave that way all the time. We're gonna do that by doing some pulse squats. So you can break this up into however many sections you want. We're gonna go high, medium, low. I did those high reps and I just did about 5 of them. And then I went down to the middle range of my squats, did about 5 there, keeping everything nice and controlled. Then I'm gonna go down to the very bottom of my squat and do another 5 reps. I want you guys to do 3 rounds, 5 at the top, 5 in the middle, 5 at the bottom. Take your time, stay controlled, move smoothly. Pause the video. All right, it's time for our moment of truth. Are you better, same, or worse than when you started? Better could be no pain at all. It could be going lower with no pain. At any rate, if you feel no pain, this is definitely better. Now, the trick is to not just do this today or whenever you feel pain. Do it every day so that your body learns to operate pain-free in your lower back. Guys, I hope this video helped you. If it did, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and share it with someone who could also benefit from strengthening their lower back. If you have any other questions or you'd like to see some specific videos, please let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching the video. See you next time.